Sagittarius, hi. So this is going to be a reading for March 23rd through the 29th. And I'll take a look into your recent past, your current energies, and your immediate future. And then I'll close it off with a couple of cards from the universe for you. And these are general readings, so they may not resonate for all of you. If they do, there is an extended at the end of the video. You can check it out in the description box below if you want. Let's take a look here, Saggy. All right, so the overall energy for the reading is the 10 of Pentacles. Even though it's not looking like it, I feel like things are heading towards something very stable for you in regards to this connection that you're dealing with, right? It's sure not looking like it. But to me, it feels like it's talking about that, getting to that place where things are finally starting to look more balanced, more stable, more happy here. Again, you may not be seeing it quite yet. In your recent past, you get the 5 of Swords, the 6 of Swords, and the Queen of Swords. Interesting. So somebody walked away here. I kind of feel like it's you. It could be them, but I feel like it's you. Stepped away from somebody's mind games, or somebody was trying to play games here, right? Trying to manipulate, trying to be deceptive, trying to this and that and the other. And I feel like you finally took a stand and you were like, screw that, I'm not dealing with that. When you get rid of that kind of energy, then come and talk to me, right? I feel like you walked away from that. You didn't want to deal with that anymore. And you stood in your power, you know, stood your ground here. Kind of like I'm being very determined. I'm being very honest here about what it is that I truly feel. Like it or not, this is how the situation is going to go. In your current situation, you get the 4 of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, and the 9 of Swords. Interesting. So I feel like this is more of your realization of what has happened in this connection, or what's happening currently, where things are going from good to bad, possibly. I'm not seeing this as necessarily developing right now. I kind of see you going through that, kind of like where did this take a different direction? What did I do? What was my part in it? You know, how did I contribute to this, to things going from good to bad, you know? Taking a look at that. Because I feel like you're realizing that your contribution to it, and it's a two-way street, right? You're realizing that. And it's like, okay, I did my part, they did theirs, they responded to that. And it kind of turned into a mess here. And I get to suffer and be in pain because of this, you know? So I need to know where I went wrong so that it doesn't happen again, at least on my part, on my end, right? In your immediate future, you get the Ace of Cups, the King of Cups, and the Justice card. Things are going to get balanced. I feel like once this person, whoever this is, that's taking a look at things in that way, is going to get a new chance in love. Could be with the same person, could be with a different person. Kind of like I learned my lessons from this. Let's apply them to this. Let's see how that works out. And it's looking like it's working out great. So, clarifying. Let me clarify the 10 of Pentacles. The 4 of Cups, the Lovers, and the Queen of Cups. one of you, I'm not necessarily getting which one, but one of you was feeling this connection very strongly, very intense here on their part, and they didn't appreciate the fact that it wasn't reciprocated here. They were very sad because they weren't getting that same kind of intensity that they felt, right? Kind of getting it's them for some reason. Kind of like, I know that you feel this way, but why am I not feeling that you're feeling this way? Well, that's your problem, you know? I feel like you both, I mean, there was mutual love here. There was a recognition of this connection on both parts from what I'm getting here. But this person was unsatisfied with the way it was showing up for them. And if it's them, kind of like their business to deal with, you know? Not all of us express things in the same way. Somebody just told me, you hate my sign. And I'm like, why? Because you have that face when you're looking at me like you hate my sign. I'm like, okay, sorry about my face, but no, I do not hate any sign. So, you know, I can't be happy when I'm reading all of this all the time, right? It would be ironic. Kind of like, oh, you're in pain, you're hurting, ha 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 ha. No, you know, it's a lot to deal with these energies when I see them. So, but yeah, it's looking like that here. And again, I kind of feel like it's them. It could be you. It could be you, but you would know that if that's you. Let me clarify the Five of Swords there in your recent past. You get the Page of Wands, the Queen of Wands, and the Knight of Wands. There you are, hiding there. Wow, you got all the wands sweet apparently. Except for the king. I feel like you realized at some point that, you know, you're a very passionate sign here, Saggy, right? Fire sign. There's a lot of passion within you. And I'm a fire sign. I know what that feels like. But when we get into that whole, man, I feel like I want this so bad. And you come in with such powerful vibration of passion. That's intimidating. That's a lot for most people to take, right? And there's a lot of passion here that you came at something with or someone. And I feel like at some point you were telling yourself, I don't care. I feel this. I want to go for it. I don't care what happens. Maybe sometimes you should care, you know, because you can contain that passion. You can dim it down a little so that it doesn't scare the other person. But I feel like you walked away from this in the sense that you may have realized that, oops, I made a mistake. I came at this too strong, you know? And you became a little more logical, a little more kind of balancing things out for yourself, where you don't need to go like, oof, you know? Yeah, because sometimes we lose sight. We're like, oh my God, this feels so great. And we stop thinking about how the other person is taking it, you know? Let me clarify the Four of Wands here in your current situation. You get the Three of Cups, the Three of Pentacles, and the Ten of Cups. It is looking like things are starting to look better in a connection. Could be a partnership and work for some of you, but it's looking like things are starting to go with the flow, be more smooth, more, you're letting things happen instead of trying to control them in some way. You and the other person, the both of you, you know, it's looking like things are flowing good. But let's see what's changing here, because something's changing. It's one of those things where you get to this point where it's finally happening. And then bam, it all changes. Let's see what and why. Somebody decided here to take action. Kind of like, I'm tired of being miserable all the time. I'm tired of being depressed, thinking about, oh my God, this is never gonna work out. You know, just sitting there and not doing anything about it. Just sitting in that misery, that pain, right? And I feel like that may be you, and that's how things changed. In the sense that somebody finally decided to take action because they realized, you know what, I can create my own kind of life, my own kind of energy. I have the power to do that. Let's clarify the Nine of Swords here. God. You get the Star, the Four of Swords, and the Eight of Wands. Someone's holding on to something. There's a lot of stubbornness in this reading. And, you know, the most, as far as I know, and as far as I could tell so far, the most stubborn sign is Taurus. Well, I don't feel that this is a Taurus. I feel like this is you. You may have learned from a Taurus, but I feel like this is you, kind of like hanging on to an idea, to how things are supposed to be, to things like that. And that actually makes things really, really hard for you because you're not getting what you want. You have this picture in your mind, right? Things should go like this, like this, like this, like this. Well, if this is missing from the picture, you're getting all sad and all upset that it didn't go according to plan. All right, make a plan overall, but let it happen on its own. Put it out there and let it happen without hanging on to how it's supposed to happen. You know? Let's see. What do I want to clarify here? Let me clarify the King of Cups in the immediate future. You get the Two of Wands, the Five of Wands, and the High Priestess. Listen to your intuition. When you listen to your intuition, you realize that you have a lot of love for this connection. When you don't listen to your intuition, look what's happening. Conflict, indecisions, waiting, not doing shit. I feel like there's a struggle here with you. You know? In terms of hanging on to old patterns of yours that didn't really work out in the past, and they're resurfacing. There are things, situations happening that are kind of putting you on this repetitive kind of cycle. Like, let's see if you learned from this situation from your past. You know, it's kind of like a test for you. You're not seeing it as that, though. You know, when we do things in a certain way over and over and over again, and it's not really working out, sometimes maybe we need to change things and do them a little different. If we see they're not working out, right? I mean, I don't know, that's just me. Let me clarify the Justice card. In the immediate future, you get the Seven of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, and the Temperance card. You're ending your reading here with your energy. You're going to work on it. You're going to work on making things right, on making things balanced in this situation. First for yourself. I feel like you're opening up to learning. Learning, growing, being fulfilled within yourself first, and then sharing it with somebody, right? Where you can make things right with this person. But first you need to take care of yourself, and you're realizing that. So hold on to your seats. Huge ass transformation coming your way. It's looking like. It's kind of like it's about time. You know? Let me pull some cards from the universe for you. You get the Empress, the Ace of Wands, and the Seven of Swords. Whoever you're dealing with currently, they want possibly nothing to do with you, it's looking like, or not necessarily. With the Seven of Swords, I don't see them as being over. It's kind of like, yeah, they're over for now. It feels like they don't want to deal with this energy that you're going through, because you're going through a lot. So this person is kind of like not taking in any kind of extra energy on their shoulders, which is yours to deal with to begin with. So it's looking like this person, if you're trying to start something with them, they're not interested currently. Again, this card tells me they're not completely out. So it could be just for the time being until you take care of this. They're going to take a pause here, you know? So that's what I have for you, Saggy. I hope this helped. See you next time. Bye.